Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video for Friday, June the 16th of 2023. I have a couple of examples of a trade setup that we call a swing break rotation. These are really a great trade setup, and I'll explain why I say that in the video. It's kind of interesting, while I was putting this video together, I got an email from a member regarding this pattern, and you'll see that email in the text below this video or in the email that you received. I sure hope that you like this video because it's a pattern that quite a few of our members really like and use. If you do like it, we'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe to our channel by hitting the subscribe button in the bottom right corner of the video. By the way, don't forget that Darko shows swing break rotation trades in advance in his pre-market analysis videos for the long-term service members, okay? Like whenever he sees them setting up. Okay, here is the swing break rotation trade. So this is a very good pattern, and it's also a head and shoulders pattern, it's called as well. And the reason I say that it's maybe one of the best patterns is because when we damage the structure of a trend, which is what this pattern does, and that structure damage takes place at a level, like a key level of support resistance, then we have an excellent chance of making a profit on the trade with quite a small pip risk. And especially when we're in alignment with the higher time frame trends. And then this can be observed, by the way, on any time frame. You can do these setup on whatever time frame you want. I'll first show you the trade with a 15-minute chart entry. Okay, then I'll go through one on a 4-hour entry. So this is the US Canadian dollar pair. And you'll notice that we have this weekly level up in the upper left here. See that weekly? That's a really good level. And price starts to break and close below it. And actually, on the upper right is the daily chart. You can see I've got lines in here, but it's the same thing, that this weekly level gets broken on the daily chart, which is also a same identical neckline. And then on our 4-hour time frame, here's where it gets very interesting here. This is you can see if you scroll back here, this was a really good level of support. Like it really held a lot, and it hit it here and bounced up and came down. And this time, what did it do? It closed below all of these lows in here, and you notice that the majority of the body of this candle is below this key level. That's significant. Okay, it's really showing some negativity that this isn't going to be holding anymore. And so when that happens, what we want to do is we want to go down to our entry time frame to see if there's a reason to sell it back at this level. So let's go down to the 15-minute chart. And here we are on it right now. So what happens here? I want you to notice it. See how we start to trend higher here with higher highs and higher lows up to, this is where this, by the way, this is where this 4-hour chart came down and closed. Up to this line. And when it hits this line, what does it do? It actually drops. Okay, let me just bring this over here and zoom in a bit here. You can see it. So it actually drops, then it rallies, then it drops again. When it rallies, it closed above here, right? And then it dropped and closed below here. That's our rotation to the downside and breaks the swing. Okay, that's the swing break rotation. And what we want to do then is sell a rally back up to near this line with a higher high stop loss, and there's different ways to sell it. I won't bother getting into all that. I like deep retracements personally because of the small pit risk, but so up in here. And then this is the move down, and it was pretty good. This actually, I think it was around a 4-to-1 reward risk entry potential in it. Now, how you manage it on your way down, everybody's going to do it a bit differently. This was a good level back here, obviously. But then this is major red flag news, so we don't want to be in then. But anyway, that was how that set up on that 15-minute chart on the US CAD. Okay. So I want to show you one now on a 4-hour chart, and I had there was one that set up this week on the Canadian Swiss pair. Let's get that out right here. So again, let's go through this. If I go to let me just go up to the this. Okay, this is a weekly chart. Look at the monthly chart. Is this trend, is it going up or down? Well, obviously it's heading down here, right? Super strong move, went below here, closed below here last month. So that's looking real negative. If you look at the weekly chart, nothing bullish about this, is there? Okay, price now look, see how this was support here. Price rallies up and hits it, and this actually is an ACAT trade as well. It's a pin bar reversal here. So when we have a weekly level like this, we use our 4-hour chart for our entry time frame. Okay, it's all about time frame combinations. This is all taught in our service. But so on the 4-hour chart, this is the same thing that happened that we saw on the, let me just see 1 second here. Yeah, I just marked these levels for places to take profit, possibly when you're in. But when you have, this is the same as that weekly neckline. It's identical. It's the identical level as the one I just showed you on the weekly. Price drops, it rallies and closes above here at resistance, drops and actually closed below here. That's a bearish rotation. Okay, so you want to sell the rally back up to this line, and here it is right here. Again, this is a deep retracement. There's different ways to enter all that, but your stop goes above here. With this deep retracement, you need about a 30 pip stop. There was more than 30 pips in this first little leg down. Like, here's the thing. It's everything is all about trade management. And by the way, this, I wanted to mention that this sell up here was at 6,800, which is the figure level, which is very often a reaction level on currency pairs. So I don't like to tolerate it going much above here, so you needed about a 30 pip risk or so. And after you get filled, like I said, it's all about trade management, and everybody does this a bit differently. The idea why I'm showing you this video is simply to show you the kind of structure damage that we look for when you're taking on a swing break rotation trade. Okay, but listen, like all patterns, you need to be patient. These don't set up every day. Okay, but the wait is almost always worth it. It's a really good pattern. So the best thing I can recommend is that you pick a pattern that really resonates with you, whether it's this, maybe it's, you know, advanced momentum trading, maybe it's ACATS or whatever it is. Study it big time, back test it, really get familiar with it. Then you can look for the setup on whatever time frame combinations you want. Okay, just doing one thing like this can be a complete game changer for your trading. Okay, it's very liberating actually, and it takes all the pressure off of trying to get every pattern that's out there, right? But you really have to commit to being patient and not panicking because you don't get a setup for a few days or even longer, which of course can happen. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I've recorded lots of examples of these kind of trades over the years, and they're all posted to our short-term members area. But as I said before, Darko also points out these trades in advance in his pre-market analysis videos for our longer-term members. So yeah, just something to consider if this is of any interest to you. If you have any questions about this pattern or any other pattern or any questions at all about our service, just send me an email and I'll get back to you in very short order. Thanks so much for listening in. Hope you all have a great weekend. Take care.